I can make it sound like machine gun. You want to hear that?
Please.
1 LFO.
This is Russ at AMS, sitting here with Paul. And Paul, why don't you just show us some things with these pedals?
All right, so there are 3 pedals here. Mary Cries is a compressor. And if I take a chord and I turn the compressor on, doesn't even sound like it's on, but you can hear the clarity without it being peaky. So the way it works is it's going after the treble and the mid-range, and it's leaving the bass alone so that you don't have any, suck out. And then the light tells you how much it's working. So here, nothing's happening because the light's not coming on, right?
Right.
Every time the light comes on, it's working. And the reason we put the light on it is because we couldn't hear it working. And we needed to show everybody that it in fact was working. And you start to get this relationship between what the light's doing and what you're playing, right? It's very gentle. It's a LA2A basically in a box. People are using it as a boost pedal. They're turning the compressor off completely and turning it up, and then they'll go like this, and they'll hit the button. I mean, it's a boost pedal, but we didn't design it that way.
That wasn't the intention.
Yeah, well, get over it, because everybody likes it. But that's the way great pedals are. They do things the designers didn't even understand.
Sure.
All right. This is Wind Through the Trees. It's 2 flangers fighting each other. This knob decides how much of each flanger is on. I've got every knob pretty much in the middle, right? So I can make one go really fast and one really slow. Kind of like a Leslie, right? A Leslie's actually a flanger because it's only 3 or 4 feet between the base rotor and the top rotor. That's only 3 milliseconds of delay. That's a flange range. People don't think of it. They think of a flanger as this. That's the regeneration knob. If you turn it off, you have this beautiful modulator. The other thing on here is you can control how much high end's added. They add high end to all flangers because when you turn it off, they sound dark. So if I turn it off, more high end. When you turn the flanger on, it sounds darker, so they add high end. So you can decide how much added highs there are. And this was a dry wet knob. This is completely flanger, and this is completely nothing. So I'm leaving it in the middle.
But that's a fun fact as a breakdown too, because you can almost get overwhelmed by looking at this pedal initially to not know that these are actually the same exact thing, but they're literally controlling the 2 different options that you have in any blend between the 2.
It's really powerful. It does a ton of very cool things, and I should have maybe made it not be so powerful in that it was anywhere the knobs were sounded beautiful. I mean, you can add too much high end to it.
That's what you're going for.
Yeah, maybe somebody likes that, right? For me, you got to be judicious with the knobs, right? Then Horsemeat is a original circuit, not a clone of anything. So.
Thank you, Billy.
It's a good sounding pedal. The voice is added high mid-range, so if I turn it down, it's going to have less high mid-range. You can turn the highs completely off, the bass off, and the high mid-range all the way up.
Yep.
Which I'm not sure anybody's going to do, but for me, adding some bass and some treble and being able to actually control that, and then you could turn the gain all the way up. It has a circuit in it that I've never really talked about. It goes after the initial attack and turns the treble of the attack down slightly so that you don't hear that nasty pick attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's intended to go in front of an amp that's distorting as well. So
which is the way we used it earlier.
That's the way you used it.
Yeah.
It's not the way that I would use it, but you get the general idea.
Yeah.
So let's turn all 3 of them on just for fun, okay? Horsemeat off.
Go back to your bare sound.
Hey, do those two again. Maybe I should have put them all in one box.
Multi-effects. PRS multi-effects.
But the problem is it's all analog.
Yeah.
So it's not done digitally, and so there would have been a lot of circuitry in it. I don't know. And then what order you put them in, and then there would have been an argument about that. Sure. So
I appreciate
the way we just did it, the compressor was before the distortion was probably the way to do it. These two together are magic. A lot of people buy Mary Cries, just leave it on all night at a
the always setting. On pedal, yeah.
Maybe we should call it the Acme Coolness Enhancer. I don't know. Look, you know something, pedals are weird. The market didn't really give us permission for these three, but I don't know anybody has one that doesn't like it.
Nope.
And most of them are bought, make the pedal board.
Yeah, we hope there's more in the hopper. So thank you very much for walking us through.
Very well. I can make it sound like machine gun. You want to hear that?
Please.
One LFO.
He's choosing one LFO. Compression engaged and up. No Horsemeat on. Got his highs at 12 o'clock noon, almost 11.
Be a little less depth. It's pretty close to a Univibe, but it doesn't lose the high end. Univibes wipe out the high mid range.
Right.
They're hard to deal with. It doesn't really matter. I like this pedal, I like this pedal, I like this pedal. There's not one that I couldn't use to record a track with.
We appreciate the demo, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, see you.